Hi SL family, welcome back to another week's video. I am Charlotte Kell if you are stopping by my channel for the first time, and thank you. Well, I thought I would share how I created my masterpiece in my bedroom. I used some black paint, I had my little handy dandy roller, and I used an old canvas that I purchased for my son many years ago. I decorated his room in the sports theme. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and cover this canvas up. So I dropped some little black paint in different areas, and I just start rolling my paint all over, as well as to cover it as much as possible, but being very careful not to put too much paint in one area. So I'm just taking my time, going back and forth, and making sure that I cover every inch of this canvas. You can use any type of canvas you like. You don't have to go out and buy one, but if you feel you need to, check your thrift store first and see what they may have on hand. I'm quite sure you'll be able to find it much cheaper. I am painting 2 canvases, and what I want to do is I want to make sure I get all the black paint on it, make sure that surface is perfectly covered with the black paint before I start using any of my joint compound, and that's what I did. So I'm going to let this sit for 24 hours. I want it to be completely dry. I don't want to play around with it, and then once I add that compound joint to it, it starts messing up. So don't be in a rush. Just take your time and allow it to dry properly, and that way you don't have to mess anything up and go back over and do your work. We want to work smart, not hard. So now that this has pretty much covered, I'm going to go ahead and add my joint compound, and I purchased this at Lowe's, and I get a big canister of it. It's pretty big, and you will see that you can get multiple projects out of it. They do sell sometimes in the Dollar Tree, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, I can't find it half of the time when I'm in there. I think I've seen it maybe once, and I didn't buy it. I just like to buy it in the larger one. You can go to Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, and you'll be able to find it. So see, this is the joint compound, and what I did is I make sure I have gloves on, and you make sure you stir it up real good so it'd be nice and smooth, and then you go ahead and have a design in your mind of what you want to create, and you just freehand it, and it's that simple and easy. And I'm just playing around with it. I had I'm going to insert a picture right here where my inspiration came from, and when I saw it, it was on Instagram, and a young lady, she was inside Home Goods. I have yet to find this particular art print in Home Goods. So when you can't find what you want, you just go ahead and you just try and, recreate it and make it the best way you can. And I love the fact that I found it, because I wasn't able to find it because I was able to create my own. I didn't want the white background. I wanted a black background to go in my bedroom. So it is perfect that I was able to recreate this and put my own touch to it. And what I'm doing is just taking my fingers, I'm going around, I'm just adding texture into it and making different types of lines. I'm trying to have that 3D effect, and that's what I'm doing. So there's no wrong way to do this. You just go ahead and just play around with it and dab it, touch it, and that way you can be able to have that 3D. I want it raised up, because when I put my gold on it, I want it to really pop, and you will see that coming up soon. You see how I'm taking my fingers and I'm just making different strokes? I want that look. I'm trying to really get that joint compound to be raised up and give me the effect. So when I'm looking at it, I'm just dabbing here and stroking there. I'm making finger lines. I'm just really having fun with it. And that's what I want you to do. Have fun with it and be creative and make your own masterpiece of what you want. It's a really relaxing type of project. It's therapeutic for me to just go ahead and play around with it. It reminds me when I was in elementary school and the teacher had put paint on there. We used to take our hands, bare hands, and just make all kind of lines and everything on, using that paint. So I was just drawn back to my elementary days and just say, hey, just play around with it. So this is the second one that I'm getting ready to create. And you see how I just take my fingers with the joint compound and just create some hearts here, and then I just keep going with it just to raise it and just to give it enough texture so that it can have that 3D effect to it. Remember, the key I'm aiming for is for it to have 3D, it be raised up, it has a lot of movement into the texture of the joint compound. You can do this. It's not that hard at all. And that's why I decided to go ahead and create this video so that you can see exactly what I did, and then you can go ahead and create your own. Once you are finished and you find that you have it where you like it, I want you to allow this to sit for 24 hours to probably 36 hours. You want to make sure it is dry completely. And by doing that, just put it aside somewhere and just leave it alone and let it secure and dry by itself. And then you will then be able to go ahead and add your paint to it. So the paint that I'm going to use is by Folk Art Metallic, and it's in a gold, pure gold. And I purchased it from Walmart, and I didn't know how it was going to look, so I bought a small bottle of it, but I do believe they have it in a bigger bottle. And let me tell you, this gold is like 24 karat gold. It really shines and it really gives that true gold color. And what I'm doing is I'm using my sponge brush. I purchased those from Walmart. You can get them from the Dollar Tree as well, Hobby Lobby. I'm quite sure you can find them pretty much in any arts and crafts store, even Michael's. But I'm just applying that gold, and it took a lot of time to do that because it was a lot of texture that I'm covering, and I'm making sure that I cover the entire texture. I want it all in gold so it can really pop against the black. And you just dab, and wherever the raised part, dab it, because you don't want to try and slide it or paint it. You will see why, because it definitely won't allow you to do that. So just tap, 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 dab, dab, dab until you cover it completely. And anywhere you see the white, you'll see that I covered it completely. I don't care. And you see that little line over there? I even covered that up too. But look at that gold. Oh my God, it's popping. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's everything. It's screaming at me with that beautiful 24 karat gold. That's what I see when I look at this. And I think it really turned out great. And look at the rays. See what I was doing? Now you can see it, the definition of that rays, that 3D look that I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Look at those lines. You saw me kept doing my fingers and running through it. You saw me dabbing and, just making these different strokes. that's what I was trying to achieve, and I achieved it. And I think it turned out perfect, and I was able to hang my masterpiece up on my wall, and I think it went very well with my bedroom. And if you did not see my master bedroom refresh, I'll definitely put it right here, and I'll make sure to be in the description box. And if you remember, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Go ahead, like this video, share the video, as well as save the video for later. Also, I will see you guys in my next video. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.